Start with Simon.
Hi.
Just wondering about the team news. Benjamin Sesko, is he available? About Matthias de Ligt and Harry Maguire?
Maguire is out. De Ligt is out. Ben, we have to see. We have to see if he's available. He had some poisoning. You say poisoning, so. But we'll see. Let's wait. We have 2 trainings still, but the other 2 are out. Benjamin, will assess.
Are there any other players absent? And also, we're thinking of like the Africa Cup of Nations. Are those 3?
No, we are still in conversation with the national teams. The game is just Monday. They are here. They are training, and we are trying to prepare all the scenarios to prepare the game.
Is that frustrating, not knowing if you're going to be without 3 senior players for this game?
Yeah, it's frustrating, but at the same time, nobody knows who is going to play. So it's a good thing, I think. So we have players to cope with everything, and that is something with a long week. You can see a lot of things and work on several stuff to prepare the game in any situation.
Can I ask you about Mason Mount? When you arrived, you said he was one of the players you were really looking forward to work with. And obviously now he's back from injury, and the stats suggest that when he's in the team, you win far more games than you do when he's out of the team. How important has he been to what you're trying to build?
I think it's hard to make that connection. Is a fact, but it's not just that. We have to look at the way the game was. But he's a very, very smart player. He's really technical, because sometimes to be a technical player is not just having fun with the ball, is the quality of the pass, the reception, how to receive the ball. In these things, he's really smart. He can balance our team quite well, so he's a very good player.
Ruben, just in terms of the Africa Cup of Nations players, when do you expect to get told, and will it be all at the same time, because New starts earlier than Brian and...
I don't know if he's going to be the same situation, like you said. It depends of the games, of the every national team has his ideas, their ideas about when they want the players. I expect today to have a decision, or maybe tomorrow. But we are waiting until the last moment to have all the players available to choose the best team to start the game.
And just with De Ligt in particular, you were hopeful that he would be available for Wolves, and now he's not. What is the nature of the problem, and how long is that?
I think he has something in his back. I don't know for sure. And sometimes you see it's not a big injury, because he finished the game quite well against Crystal Palace, but he has some pain. So you sometimes think he's going to solve during this week, but sometimes he feels a little bit pain, and we have to be careful with that.
Ruben, you've always talked about the next game being the next challenge. How big a challenge is Bournemouth?
I think he's a top team, top manager, with a special player. So I think he's. I don't look at I don't look to the results. I look the way they face every opponent. They press really strong. They are really direct in the game. They can play with the different options in front, and that give us a lot of options to work to prepare the game. So I expect, again, one Premier League game that is really tough. But we need to win, especially at home, and that is the goal.
Recent results haven't gone Andoni Iraola's way, but what have you made of what he's done at that football club?
Special. I think the way they play the game, like a big team, what he's doing for some players, that I think he's improving some players, and you can look at that team and it looks for several players that can play in the high level, and that is an amazing job by the manager.
Good morning.
Okay, so we are live for the broadcast section with no embargo, and then the cameras will go off. We'll go on to the written section, which is embargoed until 10:30 tonight.
Morning, Andoni. A lot can happen before Monday night, but as we sit here now, how are your injuries and things?
I think it's a similar picture than we had past week. Marcos was the one that finished the game with some cramps, and still is dealing with some issues there, but there is no like a proper muscle injury. So we hope he's available also for Monday, but we are not still still sure. It's strange because we still have 3 more days, so it's difficult to know what's going to happen, but should be very similar from past weekend, yes.
What's the situation with Velko?
Velko was injured. Velko has a proper injury. The game against Everton is behind the knee. Some small ligaments you have behind the knee, and the capsula a little bit affected, and he will be out. They told me around 2-3 months. That's what I can say. Yes.
That's a big blow, isn't it?
Yeah, no, big blow, especially for him. It's a player that even being 18, he was contributing a lot. He had started some games also for us and performing well, and is a big blow also with Ben Doak. These 2 situations of new young players, new signings, and they are going to be out for some time. Is a blow for us, yes.
And how about AFCON? Is Amin Adli available Monday?
No, yes, available. No, he didn't make the squad of Morocco, so no, we are not losing anyone because of the AFCON, no.
As far as Marcos goes, he was tremendous when he was on the pitch against Chelsea. I know he missed a big chunk last season, but in your time here, has he played better?
I think Marcos has been very good. He was performing well even before I arrived to the club. I remember some games that I watched from the previous season where he performed really well, and with us, you know what to expect when you put Marcos in the starting lineup, no? On the ball, off the ball, he understands very well also the way we want to play, and for us it's very valuable. I don't think it's a big secret, no.
He's a tremendous defender, but how important is he at sort of setting the tempo, playing those accurate balls up the pitch, starting attacks?
I think he's very confident on the ball, and also he makes the ones next to him more confident. You know, this is something that when you feel confident, the one next to you looks a little bit better, and the other one looks a little bit better, and is good for the team. No, he has. Think on the ball, he can play short, he can play long. His understanding of the game, I would say, even without the ball, when to press, when to drop a little bit, and also he's, for our team, quite experienced player. He has played in other leagues, has played in Europe, and I think are qualities that for this team I think are very important.
At the other end of the pitch, you've told us many times you don't judge strikers just on their goals. You're not worried if they're not scoring. Is Ever worried about his goals record at the minute?
No, I suppose he wants to score more, like all the players, all the strikers that I've known. But for me, the worry is that the team plays well where you are on the pitch. The team scores when you are on the pitch. It's true that the last 2 games we haven't scored. It changes a little bit, no, because we were scoring decent amount of goals, but it's true that we've had, the other day I think we had good chances. He was very close, and I think he played well, no, and for me is the most important thing. Yes,
he seems to be caught offside a fair bit at the moment.
Yes.
I wondered if that was a sort of an eagerness, a sort of an over eagerness to try and get in position to score.
The offside of Eva, watching the replay and the image they put, maybe it's 2 centimeters. You know, I don't think you can blame a player because it's 2 centimeters offside. It's like, yes, we know Chelsea play this kind of high line, or they, especially on crosses, no, they take these risks, and it's a matter of timing. Sometimes it's a matter of not only Eva. I think, you know, who makes the pass? Yes, I think it's Alex Scott makes it. Another, like an extra touch, probably that he was not expecting, and then it's difficult, not to break a little bit, and it's about nothing. So we haven't been lucky in these situations lately. We've had a couple of goals disallowed by nothing, but I don't care so much that he. Sometimes if it works, it's a goal. If it doesn't work, okay, we concede a free kick or a ball for them. But I think I prefer them to try to attack the space in behind that just, no, because I'm going to be offside, just come to receive and don't make the movement to the space.
The performance against Chelsea was so much better than against Everton. How did you get that reaction? Did you have to show your angry side in the week?
No, I think everyone understood. I think when we spoke about the game against Everton, after the next day, I think the players were the first one. Sometimes we speak, I speak most of the time, but sometimes I ask them what they think, and they were the first one, no? That feeling that we hadn't been ourselves. And sometimes we are ourselves and we don't play well, or we make mistakes, but we felt ourselves the other day, and I think is the line we have to follow. We again play another team that is, I think, is tied with Chelsea, so top level team on Monday away. It's a team that is in a great form also. I think they've lost one in the last 10 or something like this. So we have to do it again. We have to perform really, really well, and maybe against Chelsea was just 1 point, but now we have to value every point.
When the players spoke about the Everton game, did they come up with any reasons why they weren't themselves, how to avoid that situation again?
Yes, there are reasons where you, like the easiest thing is to say, mentality, but there are also football reasons. I think that we normally do that we didn't do that day against Everton. It's true also we missed some important players in our team, and we didn't find, probably I think that day we started with 7 new signings, and it makes you think also that these new signings also need like more experienced player next to them, so because otherwise it's too many changes, and it is costing us. Yes.
You've done very well the last couple of trips to Old Trafford. Will you be welcomed with lovely warm memories as you walk into that famous stadium?
I love to play in Old Trafford, to coach in this case, but I think it's one of the best stadiums in the world, and the problem is you face normally a top team when you play there and very good players, but I think the atmosphere there is really nice, and I'm sure my players will appreciate it, but they will have to know that in those stadiums you have to be at a certain level that is very high, and I hope we are. It's true that we have good precedents, but also I think we are playing this season against a team that is in a really good run.
For the players that did play in the previous victories, can that give a positive influence on this forthcoming performance, walking into somewhere where you've performed before, where you've had a wonderful experience before? Did you ever feel that as a player, walking into an away ground and feeling a little bit bigger, a little bit better because you'd performed there before?
I don't know how much it helps. We can see it from different points of view. It's true that we also played in pre-season against United. They beat us 4-1. They were much better than us, and we have good experiences against them. Also, the bad experience from the pre-season. I think there are different circumstances, and I think we start from zero, and I don't pay too much attention. Sometimes, obviously, you see the game and you see, but the teams have changed, especially us a lot, or also them, and I don't expect a lot of similarities.
How much have they changed from a year ago when you did play them up there last time?
Especially the signings they've made up front. I think they've signed players, Beumo, Cunha, Sesko, players like Amat now, they are even more important. I think they have bigger threats, and we have to be ready to defend difficult duels like we did the other day against Chelsea. For the fullbacks, for the centre-backs, I think we will sometimes be really demanded because you have to defend very good players, sometimes in open spaces, and we will have to be very good, yes.
And to pick out one player, how much of an extra headache does an informed Mason Mount give you?
Mason Mount is a very smart player, He takes always the good positions. He understands also, I don't know him personally, but I think he understands very well the game, and he analyzes very well where are the spaces that he can exploit better. He sometimes plays higher, sometimes lower, sometimes wider, sometimes more inside, sometimes comes to the save, and I think there is a reason behind this, and obviously after is a lovely player in the ball. If we allow a lot of time to Bruno, to Mason Mount, to these players, to that if they associate, it's going to be difficult because they are top level players.
And just back here, the club's announced a new shirt sponsor today. I wondered what it means to the club to have the support extended from such a big local company like Vitality.
I think it's very, very good news. No, I think Vitality is a company that we know very well. They've been obviously with the stadium name rights, and they've been with us at least the time I've been on the club. I did an interview also with them, I remember, with Greg. Very nice guys. I think also they have the offices here or the headquarters in Bournemouth, because I go every time you go through Bournemouth, you see there the building. So I think it's very, very good news for the club, no, that a company that we know for so long, and they continue to be with us.
Thanks, Andoni.
Thank you.
Thumbs up.